Okay.
Yo, what's going on? It's Jeffrey. You're tuned into another Low Lives episode hosted by Lowheads, the best place to buy and discover underground streetwear. And today we're chilling at Bill's crib with Paul. Thanks for the invite, man.
Of course.
And
Welcome to the castle.
yeah, we're at the crib. We're gonna be talking about random stuff. This is actually part 2 because we kind of messed up the first part with the video. But
Tragedy struck.
you know, we'll talk about clothes, we'll talk about whatever.
Yeah. So
and
there
just chat.
will not be a part 1. So this is actually the part 1.
Yeah, this is part 1.
So Bill, introduce yourself. What would you like? What is it that you do? Would you say?
I would say that I am a clothes guy on the first meet.
That's
you know
profound.
what I mean? When someone says, "Hey, what do you
We say first meet.
what do you do out here?"
Oh,
you know, what
like
do you,
meeting. Okay.
Nice to meet you. What do you do for a living? I just say I do clothes.
You don't say fashion.
No, I just say I do clothes mainly.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
Respect.
yeah.
Do you say anything after that?
It depends how the conversation goes, but I usually just say I do clothes in the I'll be like, I just work in the fashion industry. Because I don't ever want to be like, oh, I own a clothing brand.
Yeah, I don't even
blah,
know.
blah,
Yeah, I don't know what
I'm
to say
an
either.
influencer.
Yeah.
I'm just not real into all that.
Yeah.
Have you ever met you met people who like when you meet them and they're like, I own a clothing brand, but do they not know you own a clothing brand? You know what I'm saying?
I usually, yeah, I've had that happen. It doesn't happen like often, but I've definitely had that happen. It happened to me once at a Joann.
What
At
happened?
Joann Fabrics. The kid was like, dude, are you fucking ThanksBill? And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, that's crazy. I didn't think you would like shop here. And I was like, what do you mean, bro? Like,
Wait, is there one
I was
close to
bro,
here?
Yeah, there's like one down La Cienega.
Oh, okay. It's a smaller one, right?
It's yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they're all kind of like.
Have you
big,
seen
though.
the big ones?
Yeah.
Dude,
I mean,
they're
they're all
fucking
kind of like big
huge.
though, right? Like I've never. What do you mean by small?
I've been to the one in LA, and then I went to one where I used to live, like in OC.
Yeah.
And the ones in OC are massive.
Massive.
Yeah, they're like huge.
Yeah, there's some. I mean, I always considered it to be big, but
The one on near it's like next to Subway.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's like with
Yeah.
everything in life.
Bro,
Like
I'd
you
be
think it's
popping out
big,
there
and
all
then
the
you
time.
see someone.
I'm there
fucking
all
bigger.
the time. I still
Really?
I steal my needles from there all the time.
That's crazy.
It's pretty easy to steal from there, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't steal. I only ever steal needles because it's like, come on now.
Yeah. Wait, do you use the coupons?
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Yes.
I'm like
The
tapped
coupons
in.
are
when,
crazy,
when I
bro.
first
Yeah, the
It's like
coupons are crazy.
60%.
when I first made the fluffy jeans that I was happily selling on lowheads.com.
That's what's up.
I actually had like a little deal with Joann because that's where I was getting the fur fabric from Joann. Like that's where I was originally getting it from, and they like the video went viral, and Joann reached out to me and was like, hey, like we would love for you to like come shop. And it was like they pretty much just gave me like a $200 gift card. And
Whoa.
That's
kinda crazy.
That's a lot of fabric, right?
Yeah. Wait, when
Not
I go
really,
to
not
Joann?
from Joann. No, $200
really?
worth of fabric from Joann is nothing.
Yeah, it really is.
But you can't get fabric like that's the best place. Like you still go there.
That's a
to
good
visit.
place to get fabric if you don't live like
And
in
Oh,
Los
and
Angeles.
wait, you get
like-
your fabric from Joann?
Oh hell no, no.
Okay, I was gonna
I
say.
do,
Yeah.
but only if I need like a fur
Oh, okay.
or like
Something that you can
less
cut up
than
into
like,
smaller
less
pieces,
than
right?
5 yards.
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, Joann's is crazy overpriced, especially if I mean like I feel like even if you use the coupons,
Yeah.
like with a 60% discount, it's still
it's-
expensive.
It's fair in the terms of it's always clean
Yeah.
fabric. It's easy to access. It's usually
true,
From,
it's
like,
clean.
It's usually from very good like sourced
Yeah.
places.
what does
It's not
clean
like-
mean? Like I don't
Well,
know.
it's not like you're not getting it from like a warehouse
Yeah.
downtown it's been sitting there.
Yeah, have
It's
you
like dusty.
Yeah, it's got like
Yeah.
dust mites.
Oh.
and
It's
you
kind of
gotta-
gross.
I don't know yet.
Yeah, like
Getting
when
fabric,
I
it's
get like
crazy.
cotton terry from LA, it's like there's like fucking like wood chips in it and shit. I'm like,
Yeah, there's been so many times where I've literally gone. So my fabric guy has like his storefront, but then he has like warehouses and stuff. And
Yeah.
he'll be like, "Oh, just go to my warehouse and get it," and I have to fucking go in there and literally climb over cords and cords and cords of fabric just to
Yeah.
dig out what I want. And it's like, there's rats in there and city rats and.
Hey everyone, this is Jeffrey. Just wanted to take a few moments to talk about the sponsor for today's podcast. If you're running a streetwear brand and looking to elevate your website, I've got something amazing to share with y'all. It's so important to have a cool and on-brand Shopify theme, and we found one that's perfect for streetwear brands. It's called the Plain Jane theme from Open Spaces. This theme has got some really cool features like countdown timers for drops and background videos, and a sleek minimal layout that highlights your products nicely. It's also got a built-in music player and custom cursors and fonts to keep things unique. The Plain Jane theme is already used by over 3,000 brands worldwide, and we've got a special deal just for our listeners, 15% off with the code LOWHEADS15. Check out the link in our bio if you're interested.
I seen cats.
I never thought about that.
Probably some
I seen
fat male in
cats
there.
when I go to my fabric
There's
supplier.
cats in there.
I haven't been there in a while because like everything I do is like overseas now. But when I used to go, like he was like building a family of cats. There was
Yeah,
like 13 cats.
That's crazy.
We're just like sleeping in the fabric and
fucking
stuff.
Stray cats.
Yeah, like he just picked up one stray cat, happened to be pregnant, and like it just like had like a lot of babies.
Like under it.
Yeah, and then
That is
they in
cooked.
turn had more babies.
That fabric smells great for
Yeah.
sure.
bro, the Joanne situation, like I used to go to Joanne's and like I would get like 6 items and I would like go in line 6 times
Yeah.
because you can use a coupon like every time and like it's like one item like is like 50% off. So like I would go in line like 5 times.
And it's one of those places too. They're usually pretty chill about it. Like,
yeah, the lady
they'll be
lets
like,
me do
"Oh,
it.
that you can't like scan this." I'm like, "Come on, like scan that shit."
Yeah, they'll scan it for you. Like
Yeah.
they're super
They'll be
chill
like,
about
"Oh,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll literally take your phone, scroll through all of them, even if they don't apply.
Yeah,
They'll scan them.
because they know it's a scam.
So many. There's always a 40% off. Like if you're shopping at Joanne, there's always a 40% off coupon.
Yeah, the needles are like $7.99, bro.
Yeah, I don't.
It's wild.
Yeah, you just put them shit in your sock. Or
Yeah.
put them in your shoe. But literally, you just put them in your pocket. They're not gonna.
This is the guy that got a
sponsor.
sponsorship from Joanne's admitting to. I'll cut this part out. I'll cut this part out for you.
Wait, so talk about like the maintenance required for a sewing machine.
I beat the absolute piss out of my sewing machines. If anybody's ever seen my work, it's pretty much just like a lot of. It's not even that that's not even that crazy, but it requires me to go back and forth with the sewing machine. So I beat them up like crazy. It's gotten to the point where if I have to get it serviced, I don't do it myself. Like I'll just take it. There's a guy up the street. His name's Enrique. He fixes that shit within same day, $140.
Wait, you have an industrial?
I have a semi-industrial, and then I
It's
have
portable
like,
then, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But it like is a workhorse. It's pretty much like a Juki. It's pretty much like a DL without like the servo or whatever,
Like the whole like engine.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
and like the oil pan and shit.
It doesn't run on oil then. It runs electric.
You have to oil it, but it's electric.
Okay. Damn, that's crazy. Is it heavy?
It's probably like 20 pounds. I don't know.
You're doing all this work on something that's not run on oil. That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. You know the ones that run on oil is like I think it's faster, right?
The one I have is very fast. It's like I said, it's pretty much. If you sew, you've seen them. They're like they look like a Juki. They just don't come with like the table and the big ass motor. I wonder if you could see him. I think you could see him in the camera.
Yeah.
But he's always the center of attention. And that's one thing I was thinking about because how we recorded that first episode, which kind of sucks because I feel like we were spitting some fucking facts on that shit.
Yeah.
But I knew coming into this one at my crib, Sosa was going to be a big attraction.
Yeah.
He's going to take.
Yeah, your followers have seen that dog because like
He's like a clickbaiter. Like I'll literally post him just to get more views.
Dude, your dog is huge.
Yeah.
But he's really calm. He's not knocking over anything.
Very calm, very good temperament dog. If anybody is out there wants a dog, get a XL Bully. They're very good dogs.
XL bully.
Yeah, they just banned them in like the UK and stuff because I don't know why, but
Do they have violent tendencies?
over there they might. They compare them more to like
Over there.
they just breed
In the
them
US, they're
differently.
chilling.
Yeah. Dogs over they just breed them differently over there because they're like
The
you know,
water's different over there.
It's harder to get like wet guns over there. Like
Yeah.
dogs are like more threatening over there.
Yeah.
I feel like over here they're more of like a family, like a
Yeah. I like the US. We have straighter teeth.
I guess.
Yeah, the British I don't know what they're drinking.
Do you guys have like fake teeth? You guys have nice teeth.
Veneers?
Yeah.
No, I don't. But like when I was a kid, my grandma used to push my teeth into place.
What?
So my teeth
What
were
do you mean?
fucked up.
Like braces, like she was your own braces, like she'd
Like
sit
she
there
would
and,
push
like,
them.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. So like
So you've never had?
No.
Damn, that's like
Braces?
a crazy
yeah,
technique.
over time, no.
You've
I
got
never
good
had
teeth.
braces.
His teeth look nice.
She would push it.
I see yours.
What?
Yeah. since I was
You got nice
like
teeth.
My teeth are
young
I'd
child.
be like smoking weed all day and shit.
yeah. Well,
Oh, but they're straight though.
yeah. I don't
Yeah,
think
I
yeah.
had braces.
Oh, you had braces?
Yeah, for a long
Braces
time.
are expensive.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
What do you-
mom's Obama insurance covered that though.
Oh shit. That Obamacare came in clutch. What do you think is like the biggest cost to your operation? Fabric?
Fabric, yeah. Now that I've been like branching into manufacturing and stuff, that's definitely a pretty expensive.
Yeah,
Like, I've never ever sent anybody that much money before in my life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
How much is it? Like, is it just their minimums?
Well,
going
yeah,
from
but, like,
doing
if
it-
you're ordering bulk and like if you ever like just sending people more than like $10,000 is like scary.
Yeah, it
So
is
it's,
scary.
like, that's
like
probably
overseas,
my
like,
most,
what is it,
Because
the
it feels
payment
like
method?
that almost feels like what payment method? Oh, I'm just fucking Apple paying that shit too. We're tight.
But
like that.
it's usually kind of sketch
We're
though,
tight
right?
like
Like
that.
overseas, because they don't take like.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like
not-
It's like if
Payoneer.
you're-
or,
it
like-
depends. Like if you're on Alibaba
There's
and like
protection.
a messenger,
Yeah.
like there's protection and
Yeah.
stuff, but it is like that language barrier is crazy. Like
Yeah.
Oh, so
but
it's
if like
Alibaba.
my homie, I have like one of my homies is in Pakistan, but he texts me off his iPhone. Like
Yeah.
he speaks perfect English. Like
Yeah.
you know, so it's like it's pretty like we literally just like I just send him money. I'm not ever worried about
Yeah.
it. You know?
Yeah. They're
Like, I
super
don't send
chill.
him a deposit. I just send it all to him.
Would you ever like go and visit them?
Hell yeah, he invited me to his wedding.
What?
Yeah, and it was crazy.
Damn.
Oh, yeah,
must
you
be,
went?
I
like-
didn't go, but it was nice.
Yeah. You
Bro,
must
he
be.
sent me a video. I'll show it to you guys. They're throwing money off the balcony. They have like AKs.
They're
in
throwing
the
your
car.
money off the balcony.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's throw.
He has an AK.
I showed that to one of my clients, and he was like, "Oh, bro, over there they got it like that. If they're
Yeah.
doing all that,
Oh really?
he's gonna see this and be like, man, shut the fuck up."
Damn.
Oh really? So if you're in that business over there,
Oh,
it's
he's up.
Yeah.
They're like the best. They're like one of the best of the best. Because like a lot of Pakistan manufacturers are like, bro, like what the fuck
Yeah.
how are you guys even a business?
Yeah.
But they're like tapped in. Like they work with they work with
I
me.
see.
I don't really want to like spill
Yeah.
names and shit.
Yeah,
but they
yeah,
work
yeah.
with like some big companies. I don't even know if I'm allowed to tell you guys. So
Yeah.
I won't. But
Hmm.
it's very easy to deal with, honestly.
Yeah.
Would you go into manufacturing earlier if you like did this all again?
Yeah, I would because, yeah, I would.
Because how long did you do handmade stuff for?
Pretty much all the way up until now for like years now.
It's been like
just all just everybody's pieces came directly from like my crib.
Which is
Yeah.
crazy.
that's
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
Like how many pieces would you say you've made in your life?
Thousands, especially when it came to like jeans where I should have been mass producing and I
Yeah.
was making them in the crib. I was
Dude, making
hundreds of them.
jeans?
But like the fluffy ones, you wouldn't make the jeans from scratch, would you? Or-
No, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so you
I was
put a
using-
patch on.
I get blanks, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get blanks for that.
But then
I think we talked about that because I get blanks because if I was to make them from scratch and do
Yeah, that would be
the
insane.
work, it would just be way
Yeah.
too much, and I would have to charge more than like
Right.
it's like even worth.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
crazy. You'd have to like charge like 600-700, right? for it
Yeah,
to be worth it.
and there's like not a big market for that unless you have like a really popular.
Yeah,
like, name.
but it's kind of interesting, right? Because like, it gets made one way or the other. But
Mhm.
like, if you make it, like, it would be like really expensive. But if some kid in China makes it, it's not that expensive.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
it's gonna get made anyway.
Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna
yeah,
get made
they'll
anyway.
they'll make
yeah.
the pants. Like,
And if it's a really good pair of pants and you put it on the internet, it's gonna get made by multiple people.
oh, like you've gotten your design ripped off.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
by people.
Yeah, it'll
Oh.
get made.
Yeah.
It'll
Oh,
get
we did
made
talk
for
Yeah.
about
sure.
Do you ever get sussed out like your factories in China are like taking your design? and,
They
like, selling
actually
it?
do that. They have like they don't even hide it anymore. Like
Yeah.
whenever you go, they don't even. A lot of designers think that Alibaba's stealing their designs, but they're just using their pictures to let their customers know like we can make stuff like this.
Oh,
Like they're not necessarily making those products,
Right.
But if you go there and say like, "Oh, I want this," they'll be like, "Okay," but it'll come out like it might come out way shittier. It
Yeah.
might come out better. You never know. But that's just one of their loopholes that like you can't really do nothing about unless you have
yeah.
like, you know
have
all
you
your shit
have you heard
together.
like what Nigo did? Like he used to own like all the factories that sold like all the fake
Yeah.
like vape stuff.
Is that
Yeah.
confirmed though?
That,
mean,
yeah,
I
is
saw that.
confirmed because I seen
Yeah.
that too. But that's
Yeah.
like
That's
is Nigo
that's
like
crazy.
a billionaire? Like is he like
I don't
rich,
know.
rich
Like
that?
I have to check his net worth.
I don't
but,
really
like,
know much like about him nowadays. Like
Yeah.
I know he was like real big when like
Yeah.
vape was like coming into the scene, and he's just like the mastermind behind a lot of shit, obviously. But is he like
That would be crazy though,
Billionaire,
because like
millionaire?
like the counterfeit market is so big that
Yeah.
like he would stand to make so much money
it'd be
off that.
smart?
Yeah, it would be smart. But like, would you even think to do that? I feel like I wouldn't even like think to
Not
do
really.
that.
I've thought about like, cause with those jeans, bro, it got to the point where like every drop shipper that was like pretending to be a clothing brand, because what drop shippers do is they start clothing brands and just drop ship like AliExpress items.
Yeah.
And so every drop ship company was just selling these jeans as if it was their own, and then you can get your like own logo printed on them and whatever.
Yeah.
So they'll do stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just like, I forget what I was like leading that into, but
How do you feel about it though?
I mean, at the end of the day, everybody has to get it how they can get it, but
Yeah.
it's just like, damn, dude. Like, I mean, if you can obviously stop it. Like, it's not something you have to deal with. Like, you can get lawyers and stuff to deal with it. You can get all your paperwork in check, but when you're starting out, it's really not worth it. It's not like it messed up my business because it got to a point where it scaled so big, and they were just like selling it like. People didn't even know that I was the one that made those jeans, because it got to just a point where it was just so. It was
Other
almost like,
brands,
it was just like
other
Fashion Nova at this
U.S.
point.
brands
yeah,
were
like
doing it
Shein
too?
and Fashion Nova and Grail were like had ads for these pants like on their fucking
crazy.
websites, even though they weren't like for sale on those websites.
What do you mean? Oh,
I don't know how that works.
wait, they had the product up, and like
Yeah,
like you
it'll
could
just
buy
be
it.
like ads for like it'll just be like ad space, like how when you're on Grailed and stuff, not everything is like on Grailed. It's like an ad for like
Dude, yeah, I checked
get you into the
after
site.
after our first like pod episode, the one that got fucked up. I checked, and like they were running it for like $25.
the jeans.
Yeah, it was wild.
What do you mean? Like an ad?
I saw it
for
on Alibaba, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw it on Alibaba for $25.
They still running it?
I mean, they
Yeah,
could
they're
be,
still
but
making it,
nobody's selling them really. I dealt with like a lot of it. A lot of the companies like removed the stuff because I would like bully. Because it was hard. It was easy for me to find out who was like some idiot dropshipper kid who was like obviously just trying to like get rich quick, and who was like an actual like good retailer.
Yeah.
So I would literally go and just like bully these kids in their DMs and threaten them with like law stuff.
Yeah.
Get them to send me like a couple $100 just for the fuck of it. But yeah, now I'm like much more like going into things. I've met like a lawyer. I know how to like deal with that stuff. But it's like, you know, you have to pay them.
Yeah. But when it comes down to it, like, you can't really do anything to the actual like manufacturers themselves because they're overseas. So like it would just take so much. It would take like thousands of dollars in like patents and like.
If it's like a
stuff.
real big deal, it'll take millions of dollars. Yeah, they do not fuck around with that shit.
Yeah.
So now you patent everything, or
No, patenting is like.
Dude, that's crazy. It's like thousands.
Yeah, that's like.
And it's for like a
stuff.
specific technology.
Whenever someone tells me to do that, I'm like, you know, I'm not like inventing a light bulb over here. You know,
Yeah.
It's like even Levi's, like they only have patents on certain jeans because you can't patent like jeans.
Yeah.
but like the stuff that was getting ripped off, like your
The
hand.
design itself was copyrighted, but you know, you tweak it just a little bit with different fabric, it looks nothing. It looks the same, but it's like, you know, you can tell it's different.
It's different.
So it's
Ha-
not, it
did you
doesn't really
order?
hold up
Did you ever
well.
order like one of the knockoff
No,
pairs?
hell no. But I've seen them in
Just to see.
person. Like I've ran into people wearing them.
Oh, really?
Like those jeans were so big. And I'm not trying
Which
to
ones are
like,
you talking about?
flex them or anything. The fluffy
The
jeans
fluffy
with
ones,
the
okay.
skulls and the
Yeah.
butterflies and all
Yeah.
that crazy shit. They got
Those they get
so
huge,
big,
yeah.
and it wasn't even big for me. It was just big. Like
Yeah.
the design itself just blew up.
Where did that come from?
I was literally just sitting. Me and my my homie, were just sitting at our old crib, and I opened the closet because I just like first moved out here. I was like, man, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with myself today. Like blah blah blah, and I opened the shit. The closet was just looking through his jackets, and I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna try to do like this fabric on like a pair of jeans, like somehow.
Yeah.
And I would just kind of like bounce. So people would hit me up for custom orders, right? Like someone hit me up for like, hey, can you like put denim skulls all over these jeans? Can you put like denim butterflies all over these jeans? And then I was just like, I already have these patterns like in my drawer. Like I'll just combine these and see what happens. Put the skull, put the butterfly on the fur, put it on the jeans, and I literally made one video and it just went insane. It was like my first video that went crazy. And it literally changed the game. Like that one video changed the whole fucking trajectory of like
Your life.
my life.
Yeah.
Was that the first? Was this like?
That was in 2021 when if you're posting something on TikTok that nobody's ever seen, like your life's
Dude,
gonna
yeah.
Oh,
change.
so it was on TikTok,
Yeah.
not Instagram.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I remember
Yeah,
those
Reels
things.
wasn't even like a thing at the
Yeah.
time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what happened right after it blew up? Like Just
people were
your
just
orders
like,
like
it
DMs
was one of,
exploding?
yeah, my DMs went crazy. Hundreds of DMs, like, how do I
Wow.
get these? How do I get these? Blah, blah, blah. And I'd have to go through and explain to people, like, yo, these, I hand make these. Like,
Yeah.
this
Yeah, yeah.
isn't, like, some regular shit.
Mhm.
Like, I'm not going to, like, this isn't going to be, like, you know.
Are you still posting regularly on TikTok?
Not really. Not really. I don't
It's-
really like
yeah.
TikTok anymore. It's like demotivating almost. But
Uh-huh.
I'm not really like a person that like dwells on that kind of shit. But I'll just not waste my time.
Yeah.
Like, if I have a good video, I'll post it.
Yeah.
But if I'm not gonna go out of my way to make a TikTok video. I focus more on like Instagram because that's where more of my like
I see.
business comes from.
Okay.
When you posted that viral TikTok, were you like, did you kind of fall into the trap where it's like, because I remember when I like started posting shit that like got really big, I just gotta keep reposting shit and like
Yeah.
making videos that would just
Yeah,
keep
that
going
are
up. 'Cause,
just like that video.
Right.
Yeah, you get stuck in that. You
Yeah.
get stuck in that loop, and then everybody wants to see because it was almost like a tutorial on how to make them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it was like that fine line between I'm teaching you how to make my
Yeah.
stuff and I'm not. Like I'm
Yeah.
just trying to show off my talent.
Yeah.
So that kind of was like another reason why I blame like all that stuff getting taken because it's like I'm literally posting a fucking tutorial.
Right.
So that's where all my content kind of
Yeah.
like is more of like a like watch me make this
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Has
Even though I
anyone
might
ever-
not like that.
Yeah.
like,
Has
it
anyone
just
ever
works.
hit you up to like, so you could show them exactly how to make it?
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, literally.
What do you say?
There's more people that hit me up like for that sometimes than there are.
Fuck
to, like,
you,
to
bro.
buy them.
Like, yeah.
Especially when it's a video where it's like a tutorial, they'll be like, "Bro, is there like where's the link to like the full video?" And I'm just like,
Right.
"There's not a full video."
Yeah.
Because like I didn't even make this shit. I'm just making it look like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart. So yeah, you didn't want to give away like.
Yeah, you don't want to give.
I would be
too
like,
much
buy
stuff.
it. I'll include a CD like
But
of the full
then again,
video.
that does help you too. Like teaching people things is like you can't really
Yeah.
grow in life unless you have something to offer.
Right. It's really, but like, it's interesting because it's like informational, but then I feel like TikTok, like, there's an issue with like people like over consuming like from
Oh yeah, yeah.
like
a lot
media.
of brain rot.
Yeah.
And
Because like,
it's just gotten so things have like grown in bubbles and then they pop.
Yeah.
You know? And that's what's happening with the clothing shit.
it's crazy because like you see a video on TikTok and it's like someone spent like decades working on their craft to show you like a 15-second video of them doing it, and like you want to do it,
Yeah.
and it's just like it's just like crazy.
But that's good though.
And a lot of
That's good though, because that means that they want to start doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. You know,
Yeah.
it's like if
like what Bill was doing.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
people want to. There's enough people in the world for everybody to do
Right.
the same thing. I believe. You know. It's
Yeah.
like if we all wanted to do the same thing, we can make it work.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, 10 years ago, like the main, or I guess like even like 30 years ago, like when you're like a kindergartner, like you wanted to be an astronaut. Nowadays, kids want to be like fucking TikTok stars and shit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
wild
Men
to
do,
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like they want to be YouTubers.
Right.
And stuff like
Where
that.
the world is going. Like it's crazy
Yeah.
how entertainment has such a big, like the value of entertainment is so big now.
Yeah.
Like everyone wants to go into that space.
Yeah, that's cool.
If
It's cool how
there's-
easy it is. You just need a phone.
It's not easy though.
need a
You
phone.
gotta lock in like.
Oh yeah, to make
For
it.
some,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
But
depends,
like,
man. It's really
some people just get
situational.
lucky too.
Lucky.
Just make
Very-
this, like
yeah.
if you're just naturally like very charismatic, maybe.
Oh.
You still gotta work hard, but like
Yeah.
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 I think it's very situational because,
Yeah.
like, some people are just like my homie that I live with. He's just like very, his content does very well, and he's like a very attractive guy. So it's like some people just got it like that. It's very
So
situational.
what's he? What's his? What's
He's
his
like a
real
barber.
sign?
He's just like now he's doing good for himself. So now he's barber, entrepreneur,
Yeah.
investors, kind of like turning into his repertoire.
Dope.
That's your roommate, right?
Yeah, yeah. But he's more. I don't like to introduce him as my roommate 'cause he's like my best friend. Like we grew up together. Like
Oh.
type shit,
Where did you grow up?
Youngstown, Ohio.
Oh,
On
and
the
then you
east-
guys moved
on
here
the east side.
together?
Yeah, yeah. Well, he moved out here first, and then we kept in touch, and it was
Yeah.
always a plan for us to like move out here together.
Wait, so can you walk us through like your whole like childhood? I know we did it the first time, but like
Yeah, we can walk through it again.
yeah. So like where were you
I
born?
know. I'm trying to like think about what we were talking
Yeah.
about the first time because we were.
Well, we
talking
talked about
some sweet
everything,
shit, yeah.
bro. Like
We were talking about chargebacks for a little bit, or
We were talking about
yeah,
all
but
sorts
we
of
had to
shit.
cut that part out, obviously,
Right.
because like
Yeah.
it's wild. Like it's crazy because we've cut out like at least 3.
I actually now have all those orders shipped out, so we could talk about chargebacks. I don't have to worry about them
Okay,
right now.
but like in the future,
I don't even get chargebacks for real.
Yeah.
It-
dude, this is
people
really
kinda
an
know.
I'm so
issue
lucky.
that
Like I feel like
Yeah.
people who shop with me, like they kind of
know,
like
yeah.
are so used to like the work and like the ethic behind it that it's like, oh, you know, we
Yeah.
could wait for it.
Yeah.
Like I haven't had like a mean email in over 2 years. Like I haven't had a chargeback my last like 3 drops and like
Yeah.
sold a lot.
Yeah.
Dude, I get death threats.
That's crazy.
Bro, it's wild. Like,
I'll email people because people will want to update. Sometimes it'll be a little sassy, but I'll email like super smooth back and they'll be like, oh, dude, don't even worry about
Yeah.
it. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not like, take your time. I know it's
Yeah.
like, I'm just like, yeah.
I just need like that justification of like why it takes so long, and sometimes I don't have that, so like it's hard because customers will like email me and like they'll be like, "Damn, I paid $100 for these shitty ass pants. I don't want this shit
I don't
anymore.
know how
Refund
some
my
brands
money."
do it, bro. I know you see some brands who run into errors all the time and
Yeah.
like stuff gets put on the back burner for like 6 to 8
Yeah.
months. I'm like,
Yeah.
Hellstar,
that would
bro.
be stressful, bro.
Yeah,
Hellstar wasn't 6
But
to 8 months.
Hellstar's
There, was
different,
it?
bro. Hellstar's got millions of dollars
Yeah,
to fuck with. Like
that's true.
some kids, like even myself, like bro, if I got hit with like one of them situations where Shopify shuts your
Yeah,
shit down, I'd
that's
be
just
like,
crazy.
bro, fuck.
yeah. That would
Like
be
now I
wild.
gotta start scamming kids to make this shit back, bro.
That's fact, actually. Dude, Shopify, like, that did happen when people were doing hella pre-orders. Like, because if
Yeah,
you got
people
over
think-
like 3 weeks, like, Shopify was like, nah, we're not giving you money.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what do you really do?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, they would run up pre-orders, like, back in 2021, they would just drop, like, a graphic tee, right?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, we're running this shit on pre-order. And then they rack up, like, 5K in revenue.
Yeah,
Or
But then-
100K,
Yeah.
and then they just
Yeah,
don't
whatever,
fucking ship that
yeah.
shit. You know, it's
Yeah.
like,
No, because Shopify won't give them their payout.
why?
yeah.
Because they're like, because it's a new store, so they're
Oh,
like,
it's a new store.
Yeah,
maybe it's, like, newer.
Plus,
Dude.
once you get a
That's
certain
crazy.
amount of
Yeah.
chargebacks, then they start to
Oh, right.
take like
That too,
They'll
yeah.
they'll shut it down, but then they'll start to take like more of like they hold like a safety net fund for you.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, but then if it gets like real bad or it's coming off as like a bad business bureau check,
Yeah.
then like they'll completely hold all the funds. And like
Yeah.
and then all your chargebacks are coming out they don't use that to like pay back the chargebacks.
That is
like, They
wild.
use the money in your bank account.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Then I kind of got lucky, I feel like, because I started off doing all my manufacturing domestically
yeah.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
even know there was like, back when I first started, I didn't even know you could like do it overseas. I thought all that shit was a scam.
Bro, I didn't even know you
Yeah.
could do that shit at all. Like I didn't even know manufacturing. I knew it was a thing, but I was
Yeah.
just like, you know, like,
But
I thought that
reliable
was for, like, I
manufacturing?
thought that was for like more
Bigger. Yeah,
people,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, because
Yeah.
when I first moved out here, I linked up with these guys, and they're like, oh, like you need like 200K to start a clothing line, blah blah blah. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, no, the fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the fuck are you guys talking
Dude, that's
to? It's like,
crazy
you
because
sound so dumb.
yeah, that's why like a lot of people in the early days like they would gatekeep all that information.
Yeah, yeah,
So like
yeah.
you wouldn't know unless
Yeah.
you're in the shit
Right,
for like
right.
years and years.
Yeah, which that's good for like manufacturers to have like.
Yeah.
Because like you have certain clients that'll pay your whole
Right.
like
Yeah.
you know they pay your whole shit
Yeah.
just off their thing
Yeah.
they got going on.
And then there at a certain point like there was like a shift where like you'd get like 20 manufacturers like on your page like
Yeah.
commenting like I'm a
bro,
manufacturer
that's what I'm
from
saying,
Pakistan.
dude.
DM me.
That's what I wanted to say about like the bubbles on how like things are happening in like bubbles on how like they used to blow up TikTok videos and now everybody has a clothing brand. Now
Yeah.
everybody's like manufacturing stuff. And now it's like now the new bubble is like everybody knows how to get a manufacturer. Everybody knows how to buy lists and stuff. Now it's the marketing guys and the ad guys, and the ad
Yeah.
agencies coming in your DMs
Yeah.
like, hey, we can scale your brand to
Yeah,
10K
yeah.
a month, blah blah
Facts.
blah. I get fucking 6 of those. a
So
day.
many, bro. It's
It's
crazy.
Like another,
yeah.
It's like another one of those bubbles that
Yeah.
you know. I wonder where it's gonna go after that.
And
'Cause
it's
like
wild
one of those
because-
things where it's like,
Yeah.
it's almost like it's a correction in like the whole system itself. It's like all kind of gonna balance out again.
Yeah.
What did it
That
start
shit's
with,
crazy.
though, huh? So,
I'd say it started out with like, because I've been like doing this shit for a while, like remaking and upcycling stuff. Like me personally, with the content I was seeing, it was starting out with like a lot of kids like remaking stuff. Like
yeah.
I can't think of any names right now, but people just painting on shoes. I used to paint on shoes.
That's
And
like
just
trend.
stuff that
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
stuff that bridges you into the thing. Now people just start out with full collections.
Yeah,
and stuff,
it's wild. I feel like there's like such a waste of money.
Mm-hmm.
You should really start off like just doing one-offs,
Yeah, you really should.
not even going into like full-scale production, but like
It
it's so
depends.
accessible.
I mean, hey, it depends what your vision is and how much money you got, really. Because I mean, I don't want to tell someone that they can't do anything,
Right.
But it's like, yeah, if you are in it for like the love of it, and you have a passion for this shit, then
Yeah.
you should find ways to, you should take the slow route with the education.
Yeah.
I'm not saying go to college for it, but educate yourself
Right.
on like the processes and
Yeah.
just learn your craft.
YouTube
you know,
University.
Yeah.
Wait, so when those pants blew up, like, how'd you decide how to charge for them? Like the price?
I kind of just took like what I thought was fair, because at the time I was making like a way more detailed pair of jeans, and I was selling them for like 300. But that was because, you know, I was starting to gain like a lot of traction with that specific jean, and then this one went crazy, and I was like, I don't really know what to charge for it. So I just did like, I think it was like 190, because I just found like I did like a lot of experimentation with like clients and like what people are willing to pay for like custom clothes and shit. So I would just take like, you know, I'd break it down into how much time I'm gonna have to spend on sewing these pieces, how much overhead is, and then kind of charge from that. You know, you want like a nice balance between, you know, a nice handmade piece, how much time you're gonna spend on this, and then how much you're gonna get paid for it, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
So it's just like trial and error.
Yeah, trial and error, and you just have to find that balance, and you have to be really honest with yourself. Like if you're making stuff that's like kind of like, if you're making stuff that just isn't up to par with stuff you're seeing on the internet, and you're trying to charge more for it, you know, you kind of just need to take a step back and reevaluate some things, and, you know, be like, oh, I'm not really spending that much time.
Yeah.
Because say you making something crazy, you know, and people are like, oh, I'd pay fucking $1,000
But your
for
shit
that,
was
but it only
kinda
takes you 4 hours to make. You know, you might
Right.
be able to make more money off of it selling more of them
Yeah.
at a lower price, but, you know, if it's worth it to you to sell them for more, you know,
You
then
could
do
have
that.
sold them for more though, but
I
you
could
wanted.
have, but then, you know, you need to. You're running a business, you need to maximize.
Right. Yeah.
profits
Whatever
and
you can
stuff,
get
you
away
know?
with. I mean, you're
Whatever
gonna
you
get
can
away with
with.
whatever
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
get
yeah.
away with.
But-
Because who knows? Like, it's like the future is not guaranteed, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you need to make your money
Yeah,
now.
you need to make your money
Yeah.
now, and then put it into stuff that you trust.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like, yeah, you take those jeans, and then, yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, you got to make the most amount of money, bro. Like, that question is just
Yeah.
like,
No,
gotta
no.
maximize
It's a
that
good
shit.
question because
it's like a baiting question.
Because you can
It's
make
not-
the
it's not.
jeans.
We
I
wanna
can-
hear
you
you
can
say
make the
it.
jeans $500,
Yeah.
but then you're gonna have like 4 people will buy
Right.
them. You know, it's like you can sell hundreds of them for 200, or you can sell 50 of them for 500.
Yeah, it's just an
Oh,
optimization
yeah.
question.
And they weren't that pair of jeans that's gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be like, these need to be exclusive.
Okay.
It's like, I
Yeah,
only
yeah,
need
yeah.
certain people wearing these. It's not like a chrome.
He
heart
wants to hear you say
pair
it,
of
bro.
jeans. Yeah.
Tell him you're scamming your cousins.
Like, why?
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
No, I thought like a lot of because like I work with a lot of brands that like do the handmade stuff, and then
Yeah.
they just believe that, you know, it should be worth.
Which
more-
it
way
should be
more.
worth more, but you
Yeah.
have to just, you know, like I said, it's all about finding that balance, bro. Because now it just doesn't matter now. Like,
Yeah.
handmade shit is handmade
Yeah.
shit. You know,
It's just the
people.
product, yeah.
People don't really know the difference between handmade shit. You got people getting shit made overseas, saying it's handmade, because technically everything's handmade. You know,
That's true.
so you just have to find that, you know, balance and just trust the process.
Yeah.
and just work on being better at that process. You know, so.
Right.
Yeah, all I was saying is like you were charging like what you would have charged probably if you manufactured it.
Yeah, I
Like
mean, I
from
could have.
from my standpoint, like that's like where
If
the
I was
pricing
to manufacture those, I'd probably
Well,
charge like
It would be cheaper.
it would be cheaper.
Yeah, it would
slightly,
be vastly
yeah.
cheaper.
because then you can sell more,
Right.
and you don't have to worry about that workload. I
Exactly.
had to worry about the workload, so I was only selling like when I first even made it. At first, I didn't even have a website for them. Like people were
Yeah.
we would just be on Instagram, and I would just be like, "This is how it works. Like you can cash at me. I'll lock you in." Like I keep notes. I would literally send people pictures of my journal that I would keep the notes in if they asked.
Yeah.
Like, and they would send me money, and I'd make the order, and I'd ship it out. And it got to the point where I was like, okay, I need to organize. So I opened a website, I didn't even like hype up the drop. I was just like, hey guys, I just made my website. I put these jeans up there, and I did like 40 of them in one. I would make like 40 in a month.
Yeah.
And that went on for like a year.
Wow.
So, and there's some months where I'd sell like 60, and I'd be like, fuck. And then it'd be like, I'd get like backed up. Like at one point, I'd
Right.
have like 80 pairs of jeans to make, and I'm already
That's
like
crazy.
a month behind.
It's like more than 2 a day.
Yeah,
That's
it
wild.
Oh,
was.
yeah, you
it
talked
was like
about
2
that, yeah.
days.
like because the daily schedule to make 40 pairs a month was just you working.
It's just me
straight.
working. Yeah, waking up
Yeah.
early, getting everything ready, sewing it.
Yeah.
Get everything ready to ship.
Now you're in a better headspace, do you think?
Yeah, better headspace. Not even headspace, honestly. I'm still like just work all
Yeah.
the time, like work all the time, because it's hard to find that like it's hard to find those products without like a backing to manufacture with. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to take my super crazy pieces and get those manufactured because I just don't want to do that. Like I just rather keep like certain things handmade. And so I try to think of new ideas to like manufacture. It's almost like a separate brand and stuff. But yeah, I try to just separate the two and make easier stuff. Because what's the point of me manufacturing things if I'm going to be like selling them for more money? Unless it's like super crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're like the most honest businessman, bro. Actually.
Just good
Sometimes
product.
I feel like that hurts me, bro, because there's a lot of business people that like fake shit and they'll lie. And, you know, perception is everything, you know?
Right.
So.
But I think like
you
a
know.
lot of people in your shoes would try to like maximize everything, like even if they're like
You
manufacturing it.
You got to.
Yeah.
But you also have to think about like the people and how much time, because I could take like as many orders as I can in a month, but then I'm gonna be so stressed out because people are like waiting for that shit, and like I don't know, other people's emotions will like eventually get to me. Like I just feel really guilty like having people like wait like that. Some people do not give a fuck. Like some people are just straight standing on business. Like money comes first. But customers and stuff, it's like that shit matters, bro, for real.
Have you seen that come back to you? Like any like
I feel
like
people,
karma-wise,
people just
I don't know.
appreciate it, you know, and then they're also buying pieces that are just conversation starters and just I just feel like I'm if people are happy buying my stuff and it makes them happy, then like that's all that should matter, you know.
Yeah.
And if they come back for more, then that's cool. If they don't, then that's cool, you know.
Damn. Pretty chill.
Where do you think your work ethic comes from?
I would say how I was raised. I was always like, I've always had to, I'm not like dissing my mom or nothing, but I always had to like fend for myself, and we all had to take care of ourselves. Like being from Youngstown and shit, it's not the coolest place. There's like your rich kids here and there and shit, but it's pretty much just like a bunch of fucking people trying to figure shit out. You know? People dealing with addiction, people dealing with family problems, all that shit. So, you know, it's just, you have to be, I learned from like a young age that you have to kind of be that anomaly and just be different from everybody else, work like a lot harder, be a couple steps ahead, and that'll tend to work for some people.
Damn. It's kind of deep.
Yeah. I don't want to get like too into things because, I don't want to like bore people with like childhood shit. But
Trauma?
childhood
traumas and shit?
I feel like the harder people work, like the more bullshit they just been through, you know? So it's like the more successful you see someone, it's just the more like upsets and the more failures that they've gone through, you know?
That makes sense.
I feel like when I see someone super successful, I'd just be like, damn, they've failed
Been
a lot
through
to
it,
get there. Like they've been through a lot.
Yeah.
And obviously some people are just like handed that shit.
Has a drop ever like not done well for you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I
But
mean,
there's
I don't
less
really
risk.
Yeah, less risk, especially if I'm the one making it. Because I don't have to worry about like when I'm doing pre-orders through my manufacturer, I get a little worried because obviously you want to sell more than like 50 at least, so it's a little cheaper. Yeah. Like the more, I'd say it goes by like 50s and it goes by like hundreds of like when you're buying bulk, it gets just cheaper and cheaper. Yeah. But when you're doing everything handmade, you can kind of just like, you know, like fuck it, you know. Yeah. Trash that shit onto the next month. Yeah.
When you manufacture, like, do you send a pair over your finished ones over to the factory?
It depends what I make. A lot of this stuff I don't even like. I've only ever done like a few manufacturer drops, but say like my mummy hoodies, for example, like I made like one from scratch, but I didn't send that out. Like I just made a tech pack because they're not like, when it comes to like all the programming and stuff, like they don't really need the fucking, they're not even gonna, the garment is like not even beneficial to that shit. Like they need the fucking pattern.
Yeah, I see.
Because that's
but they
what
can't
the
take
sewers,
it apart.
like the sewers, I mean, they will, but like that's not their fucking job. Like their job is to look at the fucking, look at the piece of paper they're given and they sew that shit. You know, so you want to, I focus on that, like the computer aspect, way more when it comes to those pieces.
Oh wait, so you build out the?
Yeah, like I'll make the sample at my crib sometimes. Like I'll make it myself, but that's only because it's easier for me to understand on the computer.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean?
That's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember I was like asking like on my story one time, like what are some hacks that like brands do, like manufacturing wise, and then they're like, I just send that shit straight to the manufacturer and they'll copy it, like a Balenciaga hoodie or something.
Yeah, you can do that. That's what I think I commented on that. I said I go like steal measurements.
Yeah.
From Essence.
Yeah. Steal, or anything. Like if you live next to, like we have a second street up the street. You know, if you find a bunch of shit over there, literally take your tape measure. You don't have to buy it.
Yeah.
You know, you just take your tape measure and go steal that shit.
Is that
you been doing that?
Yeah, I've done that. We did that for I have the Studio 57 shit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, let's.
.com.
What if like some kid bought 4 of your hoodies, measured it out, and copied it?
That's him.
But
You
made
know,
it
that's all
different.
him.
That's him.
That's all him. You know. If he wants to do that,
What do you mean that's all him?
Like,
Yeah, because you got good. Like,
I mean,
fitting
people do
stuff.
that, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, there's
No offense.
there's been like a couple kids that have big brands around here that like bought jeans off me, and
Yeah.
I like know for sure that they like use those jeans.
Oh, to
measurements.
make- yeah,
But
yeah.
it's like that's like, who cares? You know,
Yeah.
it's like that's not even like stealing an idea to me.
Right.
That's something completely different. You know, stealing a measurement off something is just like that's like nothing. You know, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, this is sponsored by Lowheads, lowheads.com. You're tuned into Low Lives, the podcast. Lowheads, the best place to buy and discover underground streetwear. All right. So we're doing a little segment right now. If you guys want to pull out your phones, I'm going to show you 2 brands.
Pull out my phone.
Yeah, pull out your own phone, go on IG.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you guys a brand handle, and then I'm going to ask you guys 2 questions.
Can I use yours?
Yeah, yeah.
My
I'm going to
phone's
ask
about
you
to
guys.
die, but well, hopefully it doesn't.
I'm going to ask you guys 2 questions about them.
Okay.
It would be like a little conversation starter.
Okay. You sent me the brand.
It's called CRMY.
Creamy.
Yeah, Creamy
CRMY.
Studios.
Oh, Creamy Studios.
So that's the
I've
first
met
one.
Creamy Studios before.
Is he also from the Midwest?
I think he's from Ohio, yeah.
Okay.
Unless I'm confusing him with someone else. I hope I'm not, but yeah.
Creamy Studios. So take a look at the page.
Okay.
What are we looking at?
All right, let me know when you guys have digested it. CRMYSTUDIOS. For those, if you guys want to check it out at home.
I'll put a link at the bottom, or not a link, but I'll show like the pieces and stuff.
Okay.
All right, the
All
first
right.
question, you all ready?
Yeah.
Is what celebrity would you see wearing this type of clothes or this brand?
I definitely see a lot of celebrities. Honestly, probably more of the hip hop industry, maybe like a Lil Yachty.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who's more indie.
Why is that? The
Not
color?
like more of like not you don't see your traditional OPM kind of guy wearing that, but you'll see someone who wears some color, some fruitfulness, like Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, Boat would wear that shit for sure.
Like Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith would
Smith.
wear that shit
Yeah.
for sure.
Do you know how she loves this brand?
JoJo Seawall might wear that shit.
God.
Oh God. Actually, Sosa or Chief Keef is like
Chief
a big
Keef,
supporter of this
yeah.
brand.
Oh, really? Really?
He wears
Really?
this shit
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Whoa.
So that's like
Okay, yeah, I
he
see
like
it.
wore them for MVs and shit.
That's so cool.
yeah.
Yeah, the Glow Gang kind of like the Glow Gang logo kind of has like that
Yeah.
airbrush like graffiti
It
vibe.
does. Yeah.
That makes sense. Damn.
This shit reminds me of
You
like
wouldn't think Chief Keef when you see that.
Yeah.
But I love that kid stuff. Brands like that do like airbrushing and painting and
Yeah.
stuff but also do it in a way that stands out is very cool.
it reminds me of like Playground.
Yeah.
A plague, right?
Like
Playground.
2019
Yeah, I know what you're
Playground
talking about, yeah.
airbrush
Yeah, yeah.
stuff. But like it's more colorful.
All right. The second question is, on what occasion would you wear that, like this brand, yourself? Like on what type of occasion would you wear it to? And you get as specific as you want.
Definitely
type
like
of event.
definitely
Me
not a formal
personally,
event.
I wear whatever like I'd wear whatever whenever, so
Yeah.
you know, I could pop out to jazz night in this shit because I don't really fucking
Do you
care,
wear a lot
but-
of other brands?
Yeah, I try to wear my own stuff, but sometimes you don't feel like it. But yeah, I try to wear the homie stuff whenever I can.
Yeah.
But this, you know, yeah, I'd probably just wear this whenever, to be honest. Like, this is some whenever shit.
Are all
Or if you're
these
going to like a
airbrushed?
show,
Yeah.
if
Or
you're
it's
going
like
to a
one-of-one?
show
Most of them are airbrush.
and you're trying to
One-of-one?
pop
Yeah,
out, yeah, this is like one-on-one stuff.
Wow.
He does manufacture
Holy
some stuff,
shit.
like do print and
Yeah,
stuff,
this is
but
kind of this is wild.
it's kind of like Aki a little bit too.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
a
yeah,
little
yeah.
less.
Aki is my neighbor. He lives right the street over.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Should we invite him over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should actually
Yeah, that'd be sick.
be talking to him.
There's a lot of people that live in this.
Can we
on
actually
these
invite him
couple
after?
streets? Yeah. There's
like
also there's a couple people that you know that live all in this area.
Who,
You got
me?
another mic?
Fuck, I didn't bring another mic.
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right.
We'll just share.
Yeah. Should be two heads.
He
right
actually helped me. I rescued a dog, not Sosa, but
Yeah.
I rescued a dog a couple of months ago on Valentine's Day, and he brought me like a cage for the dog.
Oh yeah, you
So I was
told
like,
me.
he literally walked it
Oh,
over.
okay.
Yeah, it was nice.
He has a
Shout out-
dog,
Shout
too.
out
Nice.
Father Rocky.
Has a
Yeah.
dog. When did they start this
Yeah, he's got,
brand?
like, 3
Do you
dogs.
know? Do you know like all the background
He's
info?
been doing
and
that for a while.
Creamy
Wow.
Studios?
Yeah.
Where'd you meet him?
I met him at a. So there's this kid. His name's Diego. He puts on these shows. You guys might have heard of
Imagine
him.
you're talking about the wrong person right
yeah,
now.
Yeah. If I am, that's
Yeah.
funny, but fuck it, dude. But Diego, you guys
this
might have
guy's
heard of
looking
I
at
know
this right
Diego.
now.
I've
Like,
been to
who
one of
the
those
fuck
shows.
is this guy talking
him. Right.
about?
He's like, bro, he's got me confused. How
Yeah.
disrespectful.
Yeah.
But yeah, Father. Diego. He does Piece Unique. Have you
Yeah.
guys ever heard of Piece Unique? They throw
Yeah.
these.
Oh
like,
yeah.
They throw these
I
events.
thought it was eunuch.
It probably is.
Yeah.
I'm just bad with like pronunciations. But they organize these events that showcase like one artists and stuff, and I met him there. I met Father Aki there too. They were both like painting live.
Oh shit.
And then
Yeah.
I had like clothes and like a runway, and then they auctioned those clothes off after the runway.
Oh wow.
So it was very cool. It was
Yeah.
a very cool experience, and there was a lot of people there, and it was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. He's a cool guy.
Very cool. Yeah, I was surprised to know that he was from Ohio. I'm pretty sure he's very close to where I was from too. So I was like, when I heard that, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
He's just like that.
Yeah.
All right, one more brand, and I got different questions for you. The second brand is called Xenon Earth.
Wait, should we rate it out of 10 though? Creamy Studios. Like, what do
Creamy
wanna rate
Studios,
it?
10 out of 10.
10?
What's your rating, Paul? Personally,
It's okay. So like, it's not my style, but like, I would say that like. I don't
My
know what to
posture.
say,
Can
bro.
I get
It's
a
not my
posture
style,
check
but
on,
it's
in
fire.
the comments, please?
It's not my style, but it's fire, bro.
That shit is hard.
here.
All right, so we're doing Xenon Earth.
The
This
second
is
brand is
this
Xenon
is I
Earth.
seen these on. I seen you guys did these phone cases on Lowheads. Their phone
Yeah,
cases.
yeah. They do a lot of grommet stuff,
Holy fuck.
This is some emo.
and they
kid
also do a
shit.
lot of handmade. Like a lot of stuff's handmade, which is crazy. Like,
Seriously?
This shit is tough.
I don't.
What do you mean, like handmade? Like they print it all at home?
Well, I know for sure, like the
Well, the cases and
denims,
all of that's obviously
Yeah.
like handmade.
but the pants for sure. Because he just showed me like
And they're like a smaller
20
brand.
pins. Yeah, they're quite small.
Dude, their creative is
This
hard.
shit is fire.
Yeah, this shit's crazy. It reminds me of like Paradox Paris.
A
You know
little
what I'm
bit.
talking
Yeah,
about?
but it's more of like a Paradox Paris is to me is like so high end.
Yeah, high fashion and yeah. They just they did a collab with Rick, right? Paradox?
Yeah.
Yeah. They go
Was
crazy.
that real?
I'm pretty
I think they were actually because they were on the
Yeah.
Rick website.
Yeah.
Yeah, the $20,000 pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought 5 pairs of them.
This fucking guy. Really?
The only 5 pairs in existence.
Anyway, the first question is, I'm gonna make up new ones. Is
This stuff's sweet.
what activity would you be doing in this brand?
Having sex.
Probably fucking sitting in my room listening to death metal, like drawing fucking pictures of my nightmares.
This is like an outfit I would wear,
That's good response.
and I'll just like stare at myself in the mirror.
This is an outfit I'd wear to I'd wear this shit to like a after party or like one of those like more low key DJ shows.
Yeah.
Like where everybody's just kind of got that shit on and we're all just kind of hanging out.
Yeah, I would want someone to wear this shit to my funeral.
I wear this
pants.
shit to a fucking Diddy freak off.
Dude, these pants are wild.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I've actually seen their stuff. Yeah, I was just this video. I remember seeing this a while ago. This is
Yes,
one of my.
that's
I
fire. I
really
love that
love
video.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Shout out
video
the
is so
guy.
fire.
I forgot what guy made it, but
Yeah.
talking.
Shout out Lowheads for putting them on. Well, I'm not saying that Lowheads put them on, but I mean
Yeah.
put them on their website.
Xenon Earth. That's an interesting name.
Where are these guys based? Earth.
Definitely Earth.
Definitely Earth.
Yeah, is that the only brand
Florida,
we're doing?
Florida, maybe.
I give that brand 7.5 out of 10.
I give that brand a 10 out of 10.
Do you?
That's like my
But you're
style,
very
I feel
like yeah, you're very
Yeah.
You're wearing all black. I'm very into that stuff
I
too,
am wearing
but
all black.
I feel like I grow in and out of it,
Yeah.
Like I'm very like cuz I used to be a drummer as a kid, so I was like very into like the metal scene
Yeah.
and that clothing
Me
and stuff.
too,
And
man.
I get out of it and then I go into
I used
it.
to, I used to be a drummer.
I go in I get out of that mood and then I get into that mood. So my styles just like fluctuate like
Yeah,
crazy.
I used to be a drummer for my church praise team
Really?
at my Presbyterian church.
That's crazy. I
Type
was more
shit.
of like a fucking, you know, August Burns Red kind of like drummer. Like,
The drums I used to play is like you just go 1, 2, 3, 4 for like the entire song.
yeah. No, I had like a whole fucking drum set,
Like a
double
12-piece
bass.
set,
Yeah,
bro.
crazy.
Wild.
You were like in a band.
I was in
You're
like
just drumming.
the school band, percussion. No, I wasn't ever in a band. I gave up drumming pretty early.
Yeah, same. I took it on for like 2
I
years.
know where
so it's too hard.
once all like you start dealing with family shit, like there's nowhere to put a drum set.
Oh, okay.
You know?
That makes sense.
Oh.
Yeah, it is a
I
kind
think I
of.
sold it
yeah,
for like a BMX bike or something.
It's super loud.
Hmm.
But I feel like at a certain point, if you're a drummer, like you just want to become like a guitarist. You know, that's like the center stage, and like it's
Really, I feel like
so much more
I don't know.
diverse.
The drummer is always like the cooler, like the
Really?
most. I don't know.
I definitely look
'cause
at the
I
drummer
always
when I'm
see-
watching a
yeah, right.
band.
I
Oh,
always
really?
see
You
things
do?
from the side
Yeah.
of the drummer.
Yeah.
But I feel like the drummer's always like, besides the lead singer, they're always the most popular.
Oh,
like Travis
okay,
Barker
that makes sense.
is always like,
Yeah.
Beside the
like,
singer,
he was
yeah.
kind of like the,
Oh, that makes sense.
even though he was in a big band, like
Yeah.
everybody was like there for Travis Barker.
I think when I was younger, I wanted to make music, so like it was like you can't really make music with just the drums.
Yeah.
You have any like free game that you feel comfortable sharing to like other brand owners? They're like, this is like,
I
this
would
is like
I would
some
say,
game right here, you know?
Fuck, I don't even know. I would kind of just say like if you're in the stages of like where you're sewing and you have a sewing machine and you're making stuff and you want to like scale that up, I would say just focus on what I was talking about earlier, trying to find that balance between like what you can handle in your workload and what you're like willing to spend on each piece versus how much you think it's worth and kind of just carry that throughout you.
Oh, because you're saying that you did 40 a month, so basically like you felt that you could do 40 max a month. So that's
like
and
doing
then you're
more
like,
than
what
that.
price?
Like you need to be
Yeah.
nice to yourself. Like you don't need
Yeah.
to do don't rush things.
And then you're like, okay,
Like don't take all these people's money knowing you can't, it'd be like me taking like an investment off like, hey, Lowheads, like, and give me 50 grand and I'll like turn it into 100. Like that's like,
Yeah.
you can't be doing that, you gotta play it safe. Well, I wouldn't say play it safe. Definitely take risks, but fucking be smart.
yeah. Don't take on more. Don't like
Yeah,
bite
don't
off more
bite
than
off
you
more
chew.
than you can chew, especially when when it comes
Yeah.
to like making stuff.
Okay.
Handmade.
Yeah.
And you're making the same piece over and over again. Just do what you can. Don't take more because then people are just gonna, you're just gonna make your business look bad.
Mm.
All right. Can we actually get some free game now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that, was,
what would
that,
be like your best piece of advice?
that was weak, bro.
This guy's not
Brand-
trying to give away
Brand
advice,
owners are
bro.
disappointed out there, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what. Let's talk about something else, and I'll think about some
Okay,
advice.
Okay.
To anybody like okay, but like to anybody already established, because like you're crazy, like your like work ethic, I feel like is very different.
Yeah.
Where do you think that comes from?
Just like, yeah.
I'm
Aside
trying to
from
turn
your-
my air on so it's not as hot. In here
Yeah.
in a second.
Aside from like your childhood trauma, like where do you think like that level of discipline comes
That's
from,
crazy.
bro? Because like no, but like it's weird because
I mean, I would just say, fuck, I don't know, man. Like, I went to college. I was like working jobs since I
Yeah.
was like 16.
what did you study in
like,
college?
Economics.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know, man. Work ethic is just something that.
You're born with? You think?
No,
You
you're not
think you
born
have-
with
yeah.
it because I've definitely turned more into like a workaholic while living in LA. Like in
Yeah.
Ohio, isn't really like that. In LA, you have to like be on all cylinders at all fucking time.
Yeah,
like
dude.
because if you're not, then someone else is gonna be.
Right.
So it's like that shit just keeps you firing. And when you have jobs like at a young age, and you're paying bills at a young age, like that's just instilled. Like that you just know from
Yeah.
like being like a kid that you're always just gonna have to pay bills and stuff.
So you're like in survival mode.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
Hmm.
I wouldn't say survival mode
Yeah.
because like
Yeah.
survival mode is like
Oh right.
Like, yeah. You
Yeah,
got
I'm
a
not,
crib
like-
and stuff.
yeah,
like, you're
right,
good.
right. I have like my own crib.
Yeah.
and, like,
Okay. No, my bad. I didn't mean it like that.
Sorry, shit.
My
This
bad.
is my.
I didn't mean it in like a bad way.
He's like,
but,
this place is not that bad, bro.
no.
You see this coat? You see this coat?
No. I didn't mean it with that. Like, no disrespect intended.
I'm
yeah,
walking
like
off.
I mean,
I'm
you're living the dream.
Yeah,
right?
but it doesn't feel like that because we're always working. Like it's
Right.
just like I feel like LA is just a pinpoint. You know, it's
Yeah.
like this shouldn't be your end zone. Like this should never be anybody's end zone.
You were saying
Yeah.
this shouldn't be like oh, I want to come to LA. Like you
Yeah.
do not want to fucking stay here. You just want to come here, learn what it's all about, grow a business, and get the fuck out.
Okay. Where are you planning on going after this?
I don't know. Me and my homie always talk about that. We would like, you know, there's a couple places we would definitely like to get maybe like a property in like Vegas, maybe in Florida, anywhere where
You don't pay taxes?
Yeah, but anywhere there's good taxes. Like Vegas has very good like taxes.
I mean,
for
Florida's
business
the
owners and
best.
stuff. Florida's cool.
No taxes.
Puerto Rico is the best.
Okay, yeah,
but
Puerto
like
Rico's
that's
the
different.
best.
It's hard to live there. Like you can't just move there. You
Right.
know?
I heard it's dangerous to live in Puerto Rico.
There's obviously,
Unless you have money.
Well, there's that area where all like the fucking investors live because like there's
Right.
no capital gains tax or whatever, like blah blah blah, all that boring shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, LA should not be your like.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be. You know, it's obviously nice to live in a place where it's beautiful all the time.
Yeah.
It's just dirty as shit here, and they don't take care
It's
of anybody.
facts.
It's like it's a weird place.
Yeah.
It's very like disconnected.
Yeah. I feel like you live in a nice area though.
This is a nice ass
Yeah.
area, y'all.
Yeah.
Fucking, we running it up. This is Beverly Hills.
Type shit.
We are not in that shit no
Wait,
more.
I saw you-
We are in this good shit.
I saw your
You're the good shit, no?
I saw your computer screen.
That shit.
Are you investing in stocks?
That's crypto. Fuck
Okay.
stocks. Yeah,
Fuck.
crypto. This is
Crypto's doing
this
pretty
is
good, right?
California boys. We're
Okay,
in crypto.
Crypto's pretty doing
Crypto's
alright.
doing very well
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What crypto?
Mainly things on like the Ethereum blockchain, like
Okay.
meme coins, the shit coins that
Yeah.
like will fucking 100x your money quick if you're smart. Not saying that happens to me, but
Yeah.
you know.
Have you made money on it?
Mm-hmm.
Like how much money are we talking?
Like a decent amount, like a good amount of money. You know, like
Yeah.
you know.
Where do you get your info
I
from?
feel like I can start like I don't know. It's a good savings, a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
investment portfolio. My roommate has been doing crazy numbers though. Like I'm not gonna talk about it, but
yeah.
like our lives are gonna change this year for sure.
Oh God.
It's nice. It's cool to like.
It's
It's cool to like. It's cool to like come up with somebody that you've been like manifesting certain shit
Right.
with for
That's
so
true.
long, bro. And like once that shit starts to flourish and come together, like you just sit on the couch like like motherfucker, like this is crazy.
Yeah.
You guys
So
just
it's
talk
like-
about that all the time, huh?
All the time, bro.
That's dope.
We get he's a barber, so like, bro, he has so many clients that are just so like looped into different industries and stuff
Yeah.
that he'll just be like, hey, I got some insiders on this, blah blah blah, and he just be risking everything. Like he's so risky.
But it'll help with the
it's really
crypto?
motivational to be with him because he's really risky, and it helps with the crypto shit because that's obviously like very high risk, like high reward.
Yeah.
but very fucking risky.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
do you think you work harder because like you live with him, like
Hell yeah.
as opposed
Hell
to
yeah. Like,
living solo, right?
Yeah, if you're living solo out here, like I feel bad for you because one, your family, you probably have rich parents, so like you probably don't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm fine. It's a lot better when you have someone around you that's like also trying to grow and build their own business and shit because you're just always like fired up. Like you just can't sit around and be like, oh, I can't do nothing today because they're doing something today. You know.
That's what you and I were talking about.
That
And
also
we're
describing
like, damn,
me,
we need
bro.
to like.
That's literally me he's
Yeah.
describing.
Yeah,
I was like,
you just
calling
gotta.
you.
It just goes back to that silly shit where like that grade school shit where it's like surround yourself with
Yeah,
people
yeah.
you want to
Yeah.
be like. It's just like
Yeah.
you know, and keep a very small circle. I don't even have like there's like 3 people I could turn to like if I really needed to.
It's
So,
hard though
Yeah.
because like you grew up with someone and grew your brand, right? But like when you're established and you already have nobody, like it's hard to find someone.
Like those other people, you met them in LA or they're your home, like your
just like day
friends
one
back home.
homies, yeah, friends back home. I've never met anybody in LA to this. I mean, there's people in LA that I'm very like close with and stuff, but nobody I would like, you know, call like nobody I would have like.
They're just
How-
like acquaintances.
How I think about it is like if I was to ever have a wedding,
Yeah.
like, who would be like the men standing there with me?
Oh, okay.
Like who would
Right,
I
right, right.
be in my like,
Yeah,
whatever?
that makes
That's how
sense.
I try to like
Envision.
think about it.
Yeah. So when do you think you'll have your wedding? Are you like thinking about it at all?
Oh, I don't fucking know, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't plan on like getting married for like a while.
That's what's up.
Yeah, or having
Alright.
kids for like at least a while.
Yeah.
It's just a different economy these days.
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn. You don't want kids?
Not right now. I do want. I used to not ever want kids, but now I do want kids because I've convinced myself that like I've gotten past the point because I used to deal with and I still do like mental handicaps and shit like depression and all that. So I've gotten to the point where it's like I don't want to have kids. Like I can't even like figure out my own situation.
Yeah.
So I've grown out of that to where it's like someday I would like to pass on what I'm building to a family. I just feel like that's smart.
What's
to
the
pass on your legacy and shit.
Go ahead.
I was gonna just ask like, what's the end goal for? Not the end goal, but like, what's the future plans for the brand?
Future
or like
plans
for yourself?
for me, for the brand is just I've grown the brand to like a nice point now. It'd be nice to like make it like a multi-million-dollar brand, but I feel like that'll just come with me as like I'm growing as like a creative and like a fashion designer, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we talked about this on the first, but I've just been wanting to like earn my stripes.
Oh, right,
If that makes sense. Like I just feel like I've been earning my stripes in this industry, and hopefully someday I could be like the creative director to like another big company, or like just kind of like build all sorts of creative ventures for people. Just be that like computer for them.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of people have good ideas, but they don't know how to execute that shit. Or they're not like creative enough to design what they need done.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Have you ever thought about like making a designer label called William Lewis?
Mm-hmm. Or I don't really like to tie like my last name into things too much, but I recently did like written by William. Like I want to start including like William into things and stuff because you can't do like your Instagram handle or whatever, like ThanksBill and shit.
Yeah.
To introduce more of your like self into the
Yeah,
brand.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm more like marketed as like a person versus just like a brand.
Yeah. We talked about that last time.
Because it's hard for like all these like now that there was like that bubble of brands and stuff, it's hard for like all those brands to just stay like relevant as a brand. Like there's not people, you don't see like people behind them ever. There's like certain amounts of brands that the fucking creators are like actually involved.
What are some like people that you think are doing it really well that you kind of take inspiration from? Because I feel like there's definitely people who are really good at you buy because the person.
Yeah.
Like an Ass Pizza.
One of my
right?
biggest inspirations. Did you say Ass Pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like one of my. I've been watching him on YouTube ever since he would like. I remember he had this video where someone was buying clothes off him, and he said, "Yeah, can you just meet me at the crib? Like they're at this garage." And he's like, "Hey, can you like drive me to the corner store to get a backwoods? I'll just give you like some free shirts."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I've been watching Ass Pizza since he was doing that shit, and I was on that kind of timing too. Like when you're making pieces at the crib and shit, like you just want to get rid of them. You just want to like it's like your pieces are your wallet, So it's like you just want to get rid of them. So he's like a big inspo to me. I'd say he's like one of my biggest. Yeah. And then other ones like some of the kids I met out here that just have like good marketing or like good branding and money behind them. It's cool to see all that shit, like all the different processes and shit. Because there's all sorts of brands and all sorts of different come ups and shit like that.
Yeah, all different ways.
But I'd say
sorts
Ass
of ways to
Pizza
do
is
things.
definitely like one of the best like ones to come up like in the nitty gritty, like doing that shit for real.
Do you think you'll ever like go into anything else other than just like having a clothing brand?
If it is, it's probably just gonna be like investments and like shit that I could still do at
Crypto?
crib, like crypto and like investments and shit like that. Because
That's true.
life's different.
So what's changed between like then and now for you?
My living room, redecorated. Looks really nice in here.
Yeah.
My crypto wallet.
It's definitely your living space is not what I expected.
Really?
It's like so neat.
Yeah.
I thought your
It's very
workspace
clean.
would have been bigger too.
Yeah. No, my
it looks
workspace is
bigger.
very small. I just make it look like that on the camera, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
perspective is like, you don't really need much in a workspace when you're making clothes. Like it's obviously nice to have a big workspace, but you don't really need much, bro.
You ever consider getting like a office or anything, like a small little studio?
Yeah, but that just goes into the conversation of like how much I like want to give to this city, like how much effort I want to put into like.
Yeah.
I don't really want
Because
like,
office space in LA is expensive. I feel like.
yeah.
But you could find like a nice little place
Yeah.
to
Fuck
at
the
least
city.
work at.
Yeah, and it's like I have plenty of room in here. Like we store all the clothes over there. Like, it's all like,
Facts.
So what are you working on? This a new brand?
Yeah, this is a brand I'm working on with my homie, Studio 57. all that's inspired by like his life, the stories, you know, his barbershop studios, number 57. His dad was born 1957. And it's just like a memoir to, like, you know, how I was talking about, like, where you manifest all this shit, you know, coming up with your homies, and then it starts happening and shit. You know, that's just kind of like it's just gonna be like a representation of that in his life.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then my design, my creativeness behind it.
You smoke weed?
Mm-hmm. Do you?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Do you guys like smoke hookah or anything? I was gonna, you know,
You have a hookah?
Yeah, I got that big ass one. I wonder if they could see it in the video.
Oh shit!
Do you smoke that a lot, or just like
yeah, not a lot.
It?
We recently just got it, but it's from Egypt.
Where do you get the coals from?
Looks nice.
Just like a smoke shop.
Smoke shop.
They're like coconut coals or whatever.
Yeah.
Like real clean to like burn in the crib.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
It's real nice.
Mm-hmm. Especially like with the pups and shit.
So like for the brand, like if he's, because it's like mainly his story, right?
Yeah,
Or just
so
like
we're
kind of-
building it up right now. Like we've done a couple different drops. Like in this bag, it's a training division hoodie, so it just says Studio 57 Training because he's like real into like the gym stuff. But he doesn't want to start like a gym brand or like an athleisure brand. He just wants to start like a brand. He's very inspired by like essentials and you know, those kind of things.
Like just good quality clothes.
Yeah, just good quality everyday pieces that, you know, he likes to wear.
Yeah.
So training stuff, streetwear. We'll get into like some more cozier shit, like some French Terry like polo vibes, or like some nice sweaters and shit maybe. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We've just been growing it pretty slowly, you know, whatever he wants to put into it, you know.
Yeah, what would you do if you like, oh, because I guess I was gonna ask, like, what would you do if you started a brand today, like different marketing stuff?
Hell yeah!
Like, what are you guys
I mean,
gonna
if I'm gonna do a brand today, it depends on who I'm doing it with. If I'm doing it with myself, it'd be very similar to what I've already started. You know, it'd be very like ground and pound, like nitty gritty, like custom made shit. You know, but if I wanted to make something that was like very scalable, then I would go into it with someone that has a lot of money and who has a lot of time to waste. You know, a lot of money to waste, because you need to waste money on like samples, ads, and shit like that. Because if you want to start a brand like right now and guarantee it succeeds, you need to have good clothes and a lot of fucking money to spend on ads. Like more money on ads, and which I hate doing, but that's when, like, if you want to blow it up like ASAP, that's the fucking formula.
That's interesting because it's like that's like coming from someone that did it organically.
Yeah, but this brand, Studio 57, like, it's to the point where like we talk about it, and it's like, you know, if I was like, dude, if you give me like $100,000, like this shit'll be a empire in like a year or two.
Yeah,
you know, it's like,
You think so?
hell yeah.
Yeah,
Just through ads.
Not just
Or-
through
and then
ads, through my
product development.
connections now, product development, like
Yeah.
all my connections. I'd be getting this shit made right here.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'd be in the process 100%. I wouldn't be even, I mean, if I had that kind of like investment for like another brand, I wouldn't even be working like, I wouldn't even be like taking orders for handmade shit. I would just be completely focusing on like development at that point. You know what I mean? Like scaling and development.
So what do you think about, do you think celebrity placements work nowadays for brands? Or how important do you think they are?
I feel like I guess it would just depend on like who you are and what like the situation with the celebrity is, or who even it is. Like if I send someone to a rapper or any celebrity and they post a picture on it, it's really not going to do anything, you know? It has to be one of those like lucky situations where, you know, you give your shit to an influencer and their video happens to like blow up, and it blows up mainly because the comment section is like, where the fuck did you get that hoodie? Blah, 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 blah. Like that is when I honestly like to send shit more to like influencers now than like a celebrity or like something like that, because they really don't care, bro. That shit
true.
depending on who it is. Like when I worked with Lil Baby, I didn't even talk, like there was no communication with Lil Baby at all. Like he didn't even know like the pants were mine, probably. Like his stylist just pulls that stuff. Dude, they had a clothing racks of clothes, like, and they just happened to pick mine for something one day, you know.
So that didn't help, like, at all, really?
Fuck no, dude. That didn't help at all. I mean, like the only thing it helped was like
Finally, someone that's real with it, bro.
Some people would like
it
to
helped
say
a
it,
little
like,
bit
helps a
because
lot.
like
Yeah.
the stylist was like, oh, he wants to keep these, like send the invoice and we'll pay it. I was like, oh, cool,
Yeah.
I got money off that shit. It's like,
Oh, interesting.
but other than that, I mean, dude, it just depends on how you do it, you know. But a celebrity or rapper, you know, like they've got their own shit going on, and if they really want to promote your shit, like then you have to pay them, you know. And it's just something like not people aren't trying to do.
It's weird because we just had someone that we had a pod with, and they were saying how if they got a photo of a celebrity wearing it, like they could make like a lot of money off that image.
Who said that?
August.
I forget what he said.
Well, he said it about
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah,
got,
he
like,
said it about
just,
Shy.
like, Shay.
Yeah, or yeah.
But
Shay
he's saying like
Gilgis.
you could run he was like, I would run ads on it.
Oh yeah, well
Yeah.
that's
And, like,
different. Like,
yeah.
if you get a real good picture of them wearing your shit, like if you get a real good picture of like Kai Cenat,
Yeah.
or like someone who's like real big in like this in certain niches, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
and
yeah.
you get like a good picture of them wearing your shit, like obviously you could run ads on that.
Yeah.
Like that would do good and stuff. But
You do have a good picture of Lil Baby wearing them though.
yeah,
right?
I got good
Yeah.
pictures on that
Yeah.
and stuff. But I just say like, I mean it helps, like
Yeah.
it helps with like your exposure, and it like gives you more like credibility and shit like that. But
Well, you must have an idea of who your target audience is. Like, who do you
Yeah.
who do you think your target audience is?
just like people who are like, I would say like artists, like rap industry, just like streetwear kids, like, you know,
Yeah.
just that. Like I don't niche things down too specifically, but you know,
Yeah.
that celebrity placement shit is tricky, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Mm.
You know,
Wait, do you have stuff available right now?
What do
Like
you
to
mean?
buy?
Yeah, like handmade stuff. I have
Okay,
I
like
have
made
like
to
I'm
order.
gonna do a hoodie restock soon of like pre-made things that I have like ready to ship. But other than that,
And your website's open 24/7, right?
not right now it is, but not always.
Okay.
Sometimes I have it like just for people to like sign up for emails for
Yeah.
like future shit, and then yeah, right now it's like open for people to like do custom orders or like
Yeah.
handmade items or one-of-ones. There's like a couple one-of-ones up there, or
Yeah.
something like just like made. Sometimes I'll just make shit and throw it on there,
Yeah.
or sometimes I don't even get to throw it on there. I'll just post it on my story and it'll sell before. But if it doesn't sell, then I'll throw it on my website.
Okay.
You know, some things sell, some things fucking don't. You know, just the way it is.
Yeah.
But right now you're still like pretty much on still the 9 to 5 like sewing schedule.
Yeah, pretty much.
Still with just like
Yeah.
orders from
Yeah.
like the last month or two.
Yeah, selling orders.
It's like a big game.
It is one big game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
No, it's pretty chill though.
mm-hmm.
You're just like, because if too much orders come in today, you'll just be like, I'm gonna close it down,
yeah,
and then you'll be good for the next 2 weeks or
Yeah.
something.
yeah, I'll close it down because I get too like stressed out in my own head. Like, it's just, dude, I don't know how people do that shit. Like, I could, like if I was just starting out, bro, and I like accepted like 1,000 orders, like I
Yeah.
don't know how kids be doing that. That's crazy. Like
Yeah.
when you get 1,000 orders of like hoodies in, bro, like you don't realize how many hoodies that is. That's a lot of hoodies, bro.
Like even
That'd
if you're
fill this room
manufacturing,
up, yeah.
yeah,
Right.
like even if like you're just printing on top of blank
Yeah.
or something, that's pretty
Right.
that's pretty tough.
Yeah, that's when you need to like start getting space. That's not, I'm not even worried about like buying. Like you guys asked me, want to get like an office or something. Like I would if I needed like 5,000 fucking hoodies to be stored somewhere.
Yeah,
but it's like I
crazy.
could just keep all that shit here for
Yeah.
now. And if it got too crazy, then like
Yeah.
you know, then I'll expand. But it's like the fuck am I gonna spend my money on a fucking office for in California?
Just to work there.
Yeah, just to work there when I just work here anyway.
Yeah.
It's no more free game. Did I even give that much free game? I said I'd come back to that, but I didn't even think about anything really.
I think there was.
I feel like all of this was free game.
I feel like
Yeah.
we sometimes
I
forget
feel
what
like I
people
should
don't
get
be
paid
knowing.
to be
dude.
here right now.
Yeah.
I feel like that
I'm
too,
kidding.
bro.
It's crazy because like what you think is like
Yeah,
is like
no-
nothing. It could be
logic.
everything.
Yeah.
To someone else that's like,
Yeah.
not doing
Yeah.
it. But yeah.
Anyways, all right. So we're signing out for episode something of Low Lives. Thank you, Bill.
Mhm.
Thanks for hosting.
Thanks for having
Thanks,
me
Paul.
again.
Of course.
It's a pleasure.
Maybe we're running.